The next thing we're about to talk about serves to really excite me, because we all know how high prices often make internet inaccessible to people in communities where income is low. But a non-profit organization called Project Isizwe has taken it upon themselves to bring free Wi-Fi to 3 million South Africans. Now, it's connecting people for education, economic development and social inclusion in a way that has never been done before in South Africa through free Wi-Fi. Now, we have Alan Not Craig, who is the founder of Project Isizwe, on the line. Alan, thank you very much for joining us this morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. So tell me a bit more about Project Isizwe as a non-profit organization that is trying to, I think, bring on this massive change. And, how is it that you found the need for, free internet in these low-income communities?
Well, I mean, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that the guys who need the internet the most are the guys who can't afford it.
Yeah.
And about under a year and a half ago, me and a couple of guys got together and set up a structure that we felt would make it super affordable to roll out Wi-Fi networks. And the rest is a bit of history. Subsequently, we've had a lot of traction in Tshwane.
Yeah. So how are you going about doing it? Take me through the infrastructure of how you're making this possible.
Okay, well, there's three main things that comprise the cost of a network, right? And we had to get the cost of these things down. The first one was sites. So we needed to find municipalities or provincial departments where you can use their buildings and not pay rent and be able to use their electricity. So the second thing is equipment. So we had to find equipment that wasn't going to cost R1 million per base station or per antenna the way 3G would cost. And when you start digging into Wi-Fi, you start realizing you're getting very frugal equipment and world-class technology nowadays with the advances I've made in the last 5 years. And then the last thing was we found a partner in Neartel. Bandwidth is a big thing. Once you've kind of got people on the network, you've got to get them to the internet. Yeah. And without a Neartel or someone like that, you're kind of going nowhere. But, to my everlasting gratitude and surprise, Neartel very much came to the party in terms of helping us kind of plug us into the internet very cheaply.
Yeah. So what are the areas that you cover right now with your current capacity of usage of hotspots so far? And in growing the phases going forward, what are you trying to reach?
Well, right now we've got capacity for 1 million people in Mamelodi, Atteridgeville, Soshanguve and Ga-Rankuwa in Tshwane, so all the kind of low-income communities. We're deploying a further capacity for about 2 million people. It right now comprises about 220 or so hotspots, and they're public spaces outside schools mostly. So we're trying to support informal learning around schools. And we've got two quite big projects coming live in the Western Cape at the moment, Atlantis and Robertson. But outside of that, we're still kind of just plugging away, trying to convince the government that it's a good idea.
I think it is a really good idea and government should be supporting it. But talking about education, I understand that you're planning a rollout to give 213 schools, get them connected onto the free Wi-Fi system. So obviously to you, connecting education hubs is an important part of the project.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with the kids, right? And also you don't have to teach kids anything about the internet. They figure out as they go along.
True.
we have found that the older guys, if you're over the age of 30 and you haven't been on the web, you're a little bit afraid of the whole thing. But our priority is the schools at the moment. Also, FETs, colleges, anything that's educational. And really it's not supposed to replace any formal education system. It's really there to give the kids the opportunity to learn new stuff if they want to, do their homework at home. And, I guess was given them the power that we take for granted, putting on the internet every day.
Alan, thank you very much, man. I'm very inspired by this project that you've taken on, and I really hope that it serves to help South Africa build its communities, for us to build our economy, and most importantly, develop our young people for the future of this country. Thank you very much, Alan.
No problem. Thanks for the call.
That's Mr. Alan Not Craig, who is the head of Project Isizwe, a new innovative project that aims to connect 3 million South Africans to free Wi-Fi and internet. Imagine that world. Ilana, I hear that Sis Tande guy is in the studio.